What are the key provisions of the recent US-Japan trade deal, and how do they differ from previous agreements between the two countries?
Different is, firstly, most importantly, during the negotiation, Japanese company cannot set up the long-term strategy, long-term policy to export and import of the production. So that's why this is very good timing to set up the long-term strategy for Japanese company. That is most important achievement. In the previous agreement, there are many agreements, but such kind of the uncertainty is very rare. So this time, without agreement, the Japanese government, Japanese companies cannot set up the long-term strategy. So that is most important difference. 25%, 50%, or other percentage. Indeed, this is another matter, but at the same time, even if there any percentage, without a plan, Japanese company cannot continue business. So that's why this timing is very important turning point. That is most biggest difference in this agreement.
The trade deal stipulates a 15% reciprocal tariff on Japanese exports to the United States, down from a threatened 25% rate. What impact is this expected to have on critical sectors such as Japan's automotive and electronics industries, of course, which of course is a very important part of Japan's economy?
Of
And
course,
industry as well.
Yes, of course, when the Japan exports the product, the price will rise in the United States. So that's why for the customer in the United States, they cannot buy the Japanese product without paying this tariff. So that's why when we check the competition...
Pay the tax tariff, sorry sir to interrupt you, do you mean pay the tax tariff in Japan?
No. When the US customer try to buy the Japanese car or Japanese product, they need to pay additional money because when the US imports the Japanese products, they need to pay the money. This means that the price of the product will increase. So when we check the competition with the other products made in US or made in other country, this price is a very important factor. The customer decide whether buy or not. So that's why, view from the competition, this is disadvantage for the Japanese company. But at the same time, 15% is better than the 25%.
Okay, got your point, sir. Sir, as part of the agreement, Japan has committed to $550 billion in investments in the United States. What are the main strategic motivations behind this investment package, and how might it affect the Japanese economy's domestic growth prospects?
Indeed, the motivation of these investment is two. One is, of course, getting more money as a business, but another one is indeed security. Japan rely on the market in China, and Japan want to strengthen the US market as a counter value against the Chinese market.
Why, because sir? Why?
Because China is a threat against Japan now.
The Chinese is doing what against Japan?
Yes, of course, militarily, of course. And at the same time, China is using the economy as a weapon.
Okay,
since the Trump administration sworn in, the people talk about tariff. So it looks like US is using the economy as a weapon. But that's not exactly true. View from Japan, for a long time, China has used the economy as a weapon because Japanese company want to get a benefit in the Chinese market. That's why China sometimes China try to restrict rare earths to Japan. And currently, they are doing and try to delay the process to import. Or these were the methods as a economic sanction.
Okay,
So
sir,
that's
given current projections of modest economic growth and persistent inflation in Japan, how might the trade deal shape the Bank of Japan's policy decisions regarding interest rates and broader monetary policy, sir?
Because the Japanese company need to pay, they face the damage. In this case, the Japanese government try to prepare the money to support them. That will happen, I think. So in this case, Japanese government need to prepare something policy to support the Japanese company to survive in the U.S. market. That is matter as a next step. Currently, without a rule, what kind of policy Japanese government choose is unclear, was unclear. But agreement has happened. From now, Japanese company, Japanese government both identify what is the problem. So how to solve is the matter as a next step. In this case, Japanese government try to prepare the budget to support Japanese company. That will be the next step.